And then, you know, kick around college a little bit, and then I got kicked out. Kick around, I got kicked out. And then I went to local junior colleges for a little while, and started taking like art appreciate. I just started sampling a bunch of stuff. Introduction to film, introduction to art history, introduction to philosophy, and I started kind of developing an interest in art. Plus, it's a great way to meet chicks. So, yeah, I went with my friend Carolyn to Getty. She footed the bill. She took care of everything. It was great. Because I did some things for her, and that was like her gift to me. And I stood in front of this painting, Irises. And I don't know what it was. Is if I knew nothing about Van Gogh, would I have felt so moved? I don't know. I just remember when I stood in front of that painting, I guess it's everything. It's knowing some history about the man, knowing how tragic his life was, and then standing in front of that painting, seeing it up close, seeing it for real. It's just one of the strangest, I don't know how to explain it to somebody, but I was really, really moved. I was choked up. And that's me, I'm kind of sensitive. I'm a sensitive kind of guy. They keep trying to peg me as being gay, but so what? Like there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just sensitive. But calling me gay is an offense to gay people. Hell, I wish I was gay. What I'm into is so much worse. According to society's mores, you know. Anyway, just kidding. That's a line from The Simpsons. There was a guy, he needed a beard, so he married one of the twins. What's their names? Selma, Patty and Selma, I think were their names. He married one of them. One of them's gay and the other one's straight, but they're both twins. And what was it? Troy McClure needed a beard, you know, to hide some sort of his sexuality. And somebody says, "Well, what are you gay?" He goes, "Gay? I wish." Anyway, hey, I want to. I guess what is it? A week to go, Scott Barfly Brooks, for your entry to his Hot Beat, really known as Hot Beat Pussy, but since it's a family, it's going to be an all ages show. Trying to like tone it down, but what's wrong with the word pussy? It just, you know. Anyway, so Hot Beat Pussy. He was asking for entries, videos that they were going to like flash up on the background behind the band while they're playing. And I know some of you just randomly took videos out of your archive and submitted it. Come on. It should have something to do with the theme, something that would be interesting while you're watching the show, flashing past behind them, you know? Something visual. Think about it. Think if you're at a rock show, you know? Club, watching a live band. What would work? I submitted two entries. If you want to see what Buster looks like, he's in there. You know, poor Buster, he's gone. I don't know if you remember the story. The guy that did the gardening around here basically really pissed me off. And some girl that moved in was complaining about cat poo in her yard, and it wasn't Buster. It just wasn't. And I had Buster here. I've had cats here for ages, and mostly my cats are outdoor cats. I'll let them in if it's raining really hard or something like that, or if they're sick or injured. But most of the time I keep them outside because my place is really small. I don't want to deal with it. Plus, I'm allergic to cats. Not terribly allergic, but if there was a lot of cat hair and dander and stuff around here, which, well, would it mean I'd have to like clean my house like once a week? Oh, heaven forbid. So, yeah, so Barfly Brooks. Oh, and L. Brookman came up with a novel idea, but I don't get it, and I don't know if I want to play. It's but you know, go by Al Brookman's channel, and maybe some of you might want to play. I've never played fantasy baseball or fantasy football. I don't follow sports, and I have a vague concept of how it works. And Al Brookman came up with a fantasy YouTube thing, I guess, where you form teams and what YouTubers you would like to have on your team. At first, it started with, oh, there's a woman on YouTube that got harassed pretty badly, and Al Brookman sent me the video. Basically, she was having a meltdown on camera because some troll took snippets of her video and created this sort of a conceptual art piece, which was not flattering. Tell you, this gal though, oh man, she looks good in a bikini, and that's what they took shots of. But she's kind of a goody-goody. She's a really good singer. Oh, and I can't remember her name. Go ask Al Brookman. Her last name is Ing, E-I-E-N-G. Maybe that's maybe England is where the Ings live. Get it? England. So anyway. What was I going to say? Yeah, so I went over and checked out her channel and watched this video she made with a meltdown. Oh, yeah, in which the meltdown, that's like, what is that? That's like manna from heaven for a troll. That's like scoring the jackpot if you can get the person to do a meltdown on camera. Melting down or having a FOMA, as I would say. In the comment section is one thing, but having a FOMA on camera, that's gold. So, sadly, I doubt she'll be doing any more bikini videos. She has the kind of body like a 60s Playboy bunny or 60s Playboy centerfold or whatever. Before women started like trying to get all toned and muscle definition, where she has a great figure, but, you know, it's not all like tanned and liposuctioned, and you know, I like that. A great film where you can see that, a movie, is Our Man Flint, is the women in Our Man Flint, with starring James Coburn. One of my favorites. It's kind of a spoof of the spy genre. He's an American spy, and man, he's way cooler than James Bond. This guy can do everything. He's like an astrophysicist and a black belt in every martial arts, and he can make his heart stop because he's studied with some, guru in the Far East or something. And he's great, you know. So join Al Brookman's fantasy YouTube thing. First, I thought it was just a thing to try to get chicks on your channel. Yeah, that's where I was going with that. So he said to me, oh, you have, what's her name, Ing, so I get Lammy Sinclair. I said, hold on. I thought, hold on a second. I thought the idea was to collect as many as you can. But you know what? Al Brookman came up with that. It's typical of a Republican. They're so sexist. And that's why I'm not going to play. Cheers to all my female viewers, the ones that stop by. Just abroad, cheers, and to your hot nanny, cheers. Please don't be jealous. You're the one who told me she was hot. Yeah. Just abroad over there in Germany has a Russian nanny. God, the young Russian women. Yowza. Yeah, I'm a fan of a new TV show called Outsourced. And I watched the movie that it was based on the other day. And I never realized, but watching that, there's an actress on the television show called Rebecca Hazelwood, which really doesn't sound English at all, but apparently she's of Indian descent, grew up in England. And she might be Anglo on her father's side, last name Hazelwood. But she's gorgeous. And I, growing up, wouldn't think like, woo, Indian women, woohoo, And then I watched the other, the movie that the TV show is based on, Outsourced, and there's just something just so interesting about India. It's just so, and I never thought I would feel any real interest in it, the culture and the people. I don't think I'll ever go there, though, because I don't want to get sick. I've been to central Mexico and didn't get sick. Rule number 1, don't buy anything off the street and don't drink the water. Don't even let it go in your mouth when you're taking a shower. Don't brush your teeth with it. You know, bottled water for everything. That's a pretty good way to go. But then you have to be real careful. They might rinse the vegetables in the local water. Don't get anything with ice in it, with ice cubes, because the ice is probably made from the tap water or whatever. Yeah, so that's your travel. Not that I've traveled a lot, but that's your travel tip from me, Citizen Kong, when traveling in the third world. Yeah, so yeah, really good movies. I've been kind of on a movie watching binge, and I was going to say what I'll do. Okay, I'll raise my finger. We'll say, this is the beginning of a review for Wrist Cutters, a love story, okay? I'm raising my finger now for those of you that don't want to be spoiled. It's a spoiler alert, okay? They don't want the plot to be spoiled because I can't really, if I'm going to talk about it, I have to talk about some of the plot. And so I'm raising my finger. Spoiler alert,